Throwing on first down is Bortles. Open man right side is Shark. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to let this one go deep. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
Move. 73.
Bortles will try again on second down. That one complete. He finds Shark. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. He got 29 yards that time. If there was one area that the coach emphasized in our pregame meeting, it was red zone offense.
In a sense, I got from it, and I think you did as well, they weren't real happy with how they were executing previously, so they put a lot of time and effort into it because getting...
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Trent Murphy in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Green 80. Lucy.
Shotgun now for Bortles. That is caught inside the 5. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Austin Seferian-Jenkins, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Jaguars drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Now the first carry for LaShawn McCoy. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. It was Taven Bryan who got him down defensively.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
Here we go.
On second down, here's Allen. Going deep for his tight end cut. And he fires one that's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. And now we'll get a timeout. Looks like we've got a Jaguar in some discomfort down there on the field. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. It's a quick turnaround for them after the turnover, but the way they moved it on their last drive, they're probably eager to get right back at it.
And you know me and you know my tendencies in this situation.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Trent Murphy in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Spread right, 72. You.
On second down, here's Bortles. Eluding the pressure right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Now a first down carry here for McCoy. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Set! 319! 319!
Now Allen throwing on second down. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. In for the score. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game. First trip to the red zone for the Bills. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. This give is to McCoy. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Now let's go!
Allen looks to throw on 2nd down. His throw caught right around the 6. Tally, that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC Championship. It's a first down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Gone!
Now McCoy. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. LaShawn McCoy, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game. Stephen Hauschka for the point after. Hauschka adds the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 24. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette dancing away at the 30. He's got daylight. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, and he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A great play there, 76 yards. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly for 6. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau, and that makes the score 14-7. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Bills offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now Allen to throw on second down. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 3rd and 10.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney. 4 down. Set. Boom. Landed.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Miles Jack in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. On 4th down, Colton Schmidt to punt it away. Fielded just inside the 30. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now out come the Jags. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. They go play action here on 1st down. Going for the deep ball. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. As his guys are in for 6. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And it's now 21-7. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. And the Bills getting set to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That goes for a gain of 31. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter.
Gone!
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And Jones has it over the middle. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
Usually hitting a deep post pattern, as we just saw there for a big gainer, that's tough to do because you usually have a safety or two in the middle of the field. But if you hit enough crossers and underneath routes and curls, you start to get those guys creeping up wanting to make plays on the football. It's the equivalent of a changeup in baseball. You show your other stuff, throw the changeup, and on that play it worked for big yardage. Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get this.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Larry Fitzgerald from 3 yards out. And the Bills draw a bit closer. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route. Ordinarily, it's probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go.
And, Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match at a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Dumps it off to Fournette. Breaks the tackle now with Alley. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Fournette, a first down carry, fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
A fake to Fournette, now it's Bortles to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
The way he's been slinging in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that third, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That will allow them to disrupt the play.
And Lambeau will put this one through. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense.
I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Looking deep now for McCoy. That's caught at the 25. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play here for the Bills, and even 40 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's Allen, forced out to his left. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. So after the INT, it's Bortles. Dancing to his left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Play action's supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble.
Now Leonard Fournette. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. 9 yards on the pickup there as he'll be left with 3rd and 1.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Cole. Tally that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC Championship. It's a 1st down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now Bortles. Over to the right side, caught by Moncrief. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Play action. Now it's Bortles. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. So a minute 56 to play in this first half. Back with more of the AFC Championship game after this. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Now Bortles again. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. He'll get it up the middle. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Let's go. I got 2.
Throwing now is Bortles. And incomplete as the screen there unsuccessful. So now 4th down coming up.
A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already has thrown 1 interception. Almost threw a 2nd one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle. Right? No big plays given up. No balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like that one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that part. I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. This is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 32 that time. Allen now on 1st down. Flushed out right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And here's Allen to throw again. Escaping, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On 3rd and long, it's Allen, eluding the pressure, and a big loss here as he's taken down. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well.
It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Flush to his right. And this one is incomplete. D.D. Westbrook, his intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Even though that one was incomplete, you could see the training that went into that play. He gets out of the pocket, ends up moving to his right. All he's trying to do, though, extend the life of the play. Keep it alive, hoping someone would pop free.
Was able to take a pretty good shot with a deep ball, but incomplete. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Bortles. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. On play action, now Bortles. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And the Jaguars send out their punter, standing just about on his own goal line. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And now out come the Bills. And with great field position here, chance for some points before the break.
That's prime real estate. Just have to decide how they want to try and take their shot to try and put those points on the board.
And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away, no good. So we come upon halftime in the AFC title game as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the 2nd half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Throwing on 1st down is Allen. He's going to rifle one deep left. And this is caught. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Charles Clay, 35 yards. And the Bills have cut it to within a score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Hauschka with the extra point, and the lead will shrink to 6. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Throwing is Bortles. He'll get this over to Westbrook. It's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
380. 380.
Bortles on the give to Fournette. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
380. Lucy. Watch the pass. Check. 11B. Hank. 11. Hey, 54, Richie. 372.
Snap comes at 1, and it's Bortles. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
On third down, Fournette. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a fourth down.
I think we can safely say that those types of players are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. And there is nothing easy about being a kicker on a day like this.
Yeah, I tell you, not only is the footing tough in the snow, but kicking that ball is like kicking a rock. Very difficult to get any sort of feel on your kicks.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. On first down, Allen. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well, what we call those broken plays? You can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, that's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Operating from the red zone now. Allen is going to flip one out here to his running back. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be second and about a yard.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Watch it now, Barney.
They'll try and run it with McCoy. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
To me, that's a terrific run on 1st and goal at the 3. They got 2 yards. I'd line right back up and give it to him again.
2nd and goal from the 1. They come out here in the I. They'll run it with Johnson. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the 1. They'll try to run it in. Johnson. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal.
Now this feels like old school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
And no move to take the offense on the field. They're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal. Here we go with Johnson. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Bills touchdown. Kerryon Johnson taking it in. And the Bills are an extra point away from taking the lead. Hauschka adds the extra point, and that will put them on top here in the 3rd. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. And I hate to point to that missed field goal from their last drive, but you look at the scoreboard, they would be in the lead if they had that 3.
Well, no doubt those points or those missed points do loom large. But here they're getting a chance for a makeup, aren't they? Almost like my time in school where I was always begging my teachers for a makeup exam. Here's their opportunity now to put those points on the board.
And every point becoming more vital here in the second half. Back now in Buffalo. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Green 80. Throw left, throw left. Hank.
They fake the handoff. Now Bortles. He's going to air one out. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Green 80. Green 80. 372. Move. 77.
Shotgun now for Bortles. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Micah. And the ball's out. Hyde fumbled it.
I know when you're looking at the scoreboard clock, we're getting near the end of this game. But they were in what was really called 4-minute offense. And that's practice, being taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. But bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning? Taking care of the football. That didn't happen.
Didn't do it. A costly turnover. Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at the 20. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. But not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it. And he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Sunday. Shut. Green 80. Spread right.
From the gun, it's Bortles. Left side complete. Safarian Jenkins. 2nd catch of this AFC title game, but he's got a 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to run, and that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. They give him a gain of 38. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them. And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Now Bortles. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook. And that'll make it third down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. And the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. They'll run it now out of the gun. 10 yards there. Good enough for a Jags first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. They keep it with Fournette on first down. They'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
This has been an up-and-down, back-and-forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Time for a break. Back to wrap up the AFC Championship game after this. Now a play fake. Bortles. Flushed out right. And his throw here's incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
The Jaguars on third down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This for the lead in the final stages. And Lambeau will put this one through, and they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
Yeah, here come the Bills. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, give him 14. This quarterback now 13 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And that is incomplete. They were looking to get it to Kelvin Benjamin there. And now it's 2nd down. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
A gain of 32 that time.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. A give to McCoy. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving. We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside.
Watch it now, Barney.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. And give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a 3rd one.
Yeah, now from this spot on 3rd down, I think he'd probably throw it here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. They won't even send in a running play here, I don't believe. I think they go ahead and try and throw it for a touchdown.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So it was the defense that jumped, and that'll move them 5 yards closer.
I wonder how they did it. What if they twitched a little bit up front, a little subtle head movement that the officials didn't detect, but they got it done. Now they're 5 yards closer for their field goal attempt.
The penalty gets them half the distance closer, but they'll still need to come up with something on 3rd and goal. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
They tried to run right into the teeth of the defense on 3rd down, but looked like those teeth were pretty sharp.
They were having absolutely none of it. Stuffed them for a loss.
Yeah, couldn't get any leverage up front and move people aside in order to run the ball.
And the kick is good. He got it. And with that, they are off to the Super Bowl. This was the goal before they started the season, to play in a Super Bowl, and that's exactly what they're going to do.
And this is why songs are written about teams. Okay, you go back, some teams wrote them earlier in the season. They achieved it. How about that? That's pretty fantastic.